what another person did never meant anything about you. It never had anything to do with you. You have to decide how much longer do I want to let this person treat me like that. It's really the issue about letting go and not knowing what is going to happen. Is this person going to leave me? So we're back to fear again. SS, and you said that you had problems with setbacks, or that you had problems dealing with them.
Yeah, well, not to get into too many details, but yeah, I've been having problems with setbacks, and every setback just feels like, I don't know, a knife to the gut, essentially, and then it's just causing me like a lot of depression, I guess. It's like, does anyone actually care about me? Can I reach out to anyone? You know, it's just that's just sort of the feeling that I've been getting recently.
Yeah. So is it kind of like a death by a thousand cuts thing, or is it one big failure? Like what does it feel like? It feels, you just described it as like a little bit more of a death of a thousand cuts.
Yeah, it's more like death of a thousand cuts, where it's just like every time something happens, I'm just like, you know, what's the point? Why am I even trying? Just that kind of thing.
Okay. I see. Let's jump into it. And what kind of disappointment are we talking about here? Is it several things? Is one specific thing?
Honestly, it's really hard to explain. It's just more like, you know, that feeling when you just try to like reach out to a friend or whatever, and then they just ghost you, and it just happens over and over and over again. Mm-hmm. It's basically just that, where it's just like, why am I even trying at this point? And then it just gets me depressive. Do they even want to be friends with me anymore? Has something changed? What's changed? What have I done wrong? And it's just all of that coupled together, and it just eventually leads me to the conclusion of, I'm not worth it anymore. Like, I'm not worth pretty much anything.
Okay. So you're kind of just putting that back onto you. Do you? I guess that you probably know that that is not a good thing, that you should do.
Oh yeah, no.
It's obviously not your fault what they do. It's their actions. That doesn't have anything to do with you, right? But we'll see. Yeah. We'll get into it. Okay. What is this disappointment about? Or what does says I need to hear? Thank you. Okay, so basically the situation is you're being left unread repeatedly, which feels like just a thousand cuts. It happens over and over again. And you feel like you're not being cared for. All right, so you got a few cards here. You got the Moon in Reverse, which I find the most interesting about all of this. Which it's just the whole feeling of like why this hurts you, or why you feel like people don't care about you, is because you have like, obviously you lack this clarity. You don't know what this person is thinking. You don't really know what is going on in their heads, why they're not replying. There's not really anybody telling you why they're not replying, because you're just not getting a reply. That's kind of what ghosting is all about. And this uncertainty, this uncertainty could stem from a lot of things. This could stem from a like need to control things, just kind of needing to be in control when it comes to your relationship. And I mean, with this Knight of Swords, he's not completely controlling. I usually wouldn't see him as the controlling card, but in this case, I kind of see him like that a little bit. He wants to know what's going on. He's very assertive. He's very honest and direct, and this directness is kind of lacking here from that other person. They're not really matching that, and it's kind of just throwing you off. There's also this feeling of you got judgment here, so you're really reflecting about the situation. You're really in your thoughts about the situation, and you're really trying your best to do the best on your side, to always say the right thing, to always, you know, make everyone happy. This could be a thing with you as well, people pleasing. I see a lot of people pleasing in this. But it already looks like, I mean, that's why you're here. You already know, okay, there's some sort of issue with this and you are trying to cope with this. You don't want this to affect you anymore. So let's get into what you can actually do to deal with that better.
Okay.
Just some of these. Okay, so I don't know why I just heard that, but I'm just gonna go out and say it. There could have been a past situation as well, maybe where there was heartbreak. And in that situation, the blame was being shifted onto you, and you felt like you were responsible for that person's behavior, which I just don't see that you were. It's nothing particular that the cards just told me. It just kind of popped up. But yeah, I feel like this is also could have been an impact or something in your past that definitely happened where there was some kind of heartache, not necessarily a heartbreak, but a heartache. And that really hurt. And for some reason now, that is always, this is always you kind of. I see overthinking it as well. I see overthinking in this as well because you got judgment, so you keep reflecting, You're always this person to reflect, and you want the other person to do this much work as well. But sadly, that is not really what you can expect from everybody. It's not realistic. And in the past, maybe this was even so bad to a point that it could have kept you up at night. You could have had nightmares about this, subconsciously if you knew or not, or just couldn't sleep about this, or would just think about these people and these situations for a very long time. So yeah, that is overthinking here as well. But you are pushing through it now, which is very good. We get the Force, seeing the bigger picture. It's funny because this card didn't even come out, and I thought it was going to come out because this is like very accurate for this reading. And we get cast a circle, so raising vibrations. Interesting. Yeah, okay, it's always about the extra step. It's like, oh, I want to make that extra step. I need to write that extra thing or send that extra smiley so this other person feels heard, so this other person feels valued. But then when you don't get the same energy back, you think that you have done something wrong, which inherently it's not necessarily a bad mindset, because when you look for what you have done wrong, you are in charge of the situation and you can change your outcome. But if you always do this in like situations where it's just a conversation, or it's not, it's not that deep, it's literally just in situations where it's a normal conversation with a person and it's not that deep, then this can also be a little bit of a death trap. And it's just not necessary. Yeah. Having this brain that can, go all these different pathways and think these, simultaneously, 50 ways next to each other, it's awesome, but then it also can kind of be a curse sometimes. And we really gotta try to not let that, to differentiate what it's a good use for it and what's a bad use for it. Okay, but yeah, the spell is cast. Let's go. I knew this card was gonna come out of it when I saw it. Yeah. Okay, it didn't get any before, so let me just check that one out. Okay. This card didn't come out, but I also see this as time to let go of your past. This person, emotion, or situation has come back to you. Okay, not necessarily this person is going to come back, but I just saw it as like time to let go of your past. The actual issue is not with the failure here, the way I see it is with the setbacks, because it's not your setback. You didn't fail in this situation. You didn't fail because you didn't have any impact on that situation. You keep seeing in this reading that you keep overthinking, you keep self-reflecting and doing all this work and putting all this work in and this effort in this other person. But it was not you that failed here. It was not something that you could have impacted. So worrying about something when you know that you don't have impact on it, that's kind of just like There's nothing positive to it, right? We can agree that there is nothing positive to that.
Yeah, we can agree. Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's not... Setbacks isn't the actual topic here. Okay. The actual topic that I believe what it is to be that you kind of want to control the outcome of a situation. And why do you want to do that? Is you want to do that because obviously your friends are important to you, the other person is important to you.
Mm-hmm.
Because you care about them, which, yes, it's a good thing that you care about them. It's a good thing that you want this person to feel heard, to feel valued. Even though it doesn't feel like it, it is like kind of a behavior if you want to control this other person's feelings, or you want to control how this other person behaves, which you can't. So
yeah,
let's see. Let's get into that. Okay. It's interesting. This fell out this way, which could mean two things. It's really the issue about letting go and not knowing what is going to happen.
Yeah. I think that's probably the biggest part of it.
Yeah, is this person going to leave me? So we're back to fear again.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, because initially, it's funny how we started out with this issue of, setbacks, failure. That is the topic that we wanted to talk about. Then we went to, is it really setbacks? It's just uncertainty. When we went from uncertainty, you want to kind of just control the outcome of the situation. And then we went from that to, it's just fear that this person is not going to be in your life anymore. Yeah, so that is the root. So we just... I
never really want to control anyone. It's
not happening consciously. Yeah. No, this it's not a conscious behavior, which is why we got the moon in reverse. It's subconscious. Mm-hmm. So this is we got the 8 of Swords here. So this is really you're in that blindfold. And this is uncertainty. This is really, you don't want to take off this blindfold. You don't want to, because there's all these possibilities or these different swords. Could give me all these things that happen. Yeah, this is why you got the 7 of Swords. The 7 of Swords is he's kind of the trickster of the tarot. Okay. And if he falls out in reverse, he's like imposter syndrome. If he falls out like that, he just means like lies, betrayal. But in a sense, I don't think you betray anyone. Yeah, but I'm just explaining the card. But in this sense, it's kind of just this subconscious behavior that has taken place because of this fear of someone leaving you. So I'm just going to assume that somebody has left you in the past, or some, maybe friends. Friends have left their life, or family members. And that can be very hurtful. Now, because of that, you're acting out of fear, which is in turn negatively impacting all these friendships, relationships. How can that express itself? This fear, it can express itself by you being very overburdening, overwhelming, for the other person. Like, you can be very overwhelming. You can come across as very can't find the word, just burdening for the other person, or just as a lot for the other person. Maybe you keep texting them, maybe you keep sending them a lot of messages. Yeah, and this other way that we just talked about was, trying to control the outcome, not being okay with uncertainty. And that's why you can't sleep at night, because your mind immediately goes to, subconsciously, even like if you know it or not, your mind goes to, if I sent this wrong text, I wrote wrong word, and now they see that and they're going to hate me. And if they hate me, they're going to leave me, which is just catastrophizing to its core.
Yeah. I do that so much. That's not good.
Yeah. So to deal with this uncertainty better and to stop catastrophizing, what could you do to stop that thought in its tracks? Let's see. How could you stop catastrophizing?
I can't think of anything at the top of my head, so...
I'm asking the cards, sweetheart.
Okay. Sorry.
No, you're good. But look, you said sorry for that. Didn't need to say sorry for that.
Yeah.
Yeah. No reason to say sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, I've got to stop saying that.
Okay, well listen, there's a deeper issue there again. Because just a few sentences that you just said, I gotta stop saying that. I gotta stop doing this. I gotta stop doing that. You gotta be nice to yourself. It's the only thing that you gotta do. That's the only thing that you gotta do. Because right now, this catastrophizing, you're putting all of this on yourself. And to be honest, when I looked at that card earlier, I did not see that past situation, like that one specific situation we talked about. I did not see you being the problem in that situation.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe this could also come from, like, you thought that in this situation you did everything right, and then they still left. And then you thought, if I think I'm doing everything right and they still leave, I must be doing something completely wrong. But maybe you just didn't do anything wrong. Maybe that person, maybe that person just wasn't supposed to be in your life anymore.
Yeah.
Rejection is protection. Sometimes when we get rejected, it's actually a good thing. Or actually, all the time, we don't even know. Our guides be out there and they'll be protecting us from stuff that we don't even know what is going on. You don't know what would have happened with this person, and maybe if this person was behaving like that, maybe they weren't, maybe they weren't good for you anyways in the long term. Yeah, like maybe they would have been good for you. Yeah. So that's the thing. You're trying to control something when let people sort themselves out. Let people sort themselves out of your life, because they're going to do it anyway. They're going to behave how they're going to behave. You have no power over them. You believing that you have power over another person is kind of like you playing God. It's not really... it's not really a very nice thought. It's a kind of controlling thought. I know it comes from a good place. The origin is good, but just the whole thing is just going to ruin stuff for no reason.
I think it's more the subconscious as well, because I wouldn't ever willingly be doing that. Yeah,
it's a lot of people do it. It's nothing, it's not like, oh, you're a bad person, like yes. Absolutely not. No. Okay. Interesting. I don't remember. Do you remember what question I asked when I pulled these cards? I think how to stop catastrophizing was the question.
Yes, I think yes.
Yeah.
That was the question.
It's funny because I always confuse justice and judgment, and you got justice and judgment.
Oh my god.
So it's funny. It was earlier I almost said this situation that you were in maybe has felt unjust. I don't know if it felt unjust, but this is like, you want things to be just. You want things to... In your friendships, in your personal life, you want them to be just. You don't want to be treated unfairly. You want to make sure that whatever happened in the past does not happen anymore. You want, you want to be valued, and that is totally a good thing. And it is a good thing that you know that your value in this situation, because maybe in the past there was a situation in love where you were not valued, and you let yourself not be valued. So now you want to put that boundary up. You want to be you want to be sure that you are being valued and you are being treated right. But the thing is, maybe in the past you were not valued like that. So now you want to make sure that you're being valued. But your defense mechanism has become this controlling, like that is what this like stems from. You want to be valued, you don't want to be left, you don't want to be disappointed, and you have this fear. And so now your defense mechanism is to try to control the outcome as much as possible, when in reality you never had that kind of power, and it was always just the other person. And I think just releasing this thought and this belief that you can control what another person does, and that it says something about you, because it doesn't. In the past, it didn't. It never did. What another person did never meant anything about you. It never had anything to do with you. And I think it's really, really important to realize that. And now when you get left on red and you feel like shit, and why is this person not replying to me? And why am I not getting the reaction that I want? Just remind yourself, why am I not getting the reaction that I want?
Okay.
Yeah, you want to feel valued, right? You want to, but this is not about you. This doesn't have anything to do with you whatsoever.
If they seem interested in me and then they put me on red out of nowhere, that's when it starts to become an issue. But if there's like nothing there, it's not really an issue. It depends on who I'm talking to and the situation, the circumstance, and just stuff like that. Essentially, it's complicated.
Sure. Yeah, and that's the nice thing, because you can set the boundaries, right? We now know what the bad behaviors are. Now we can implement some good behaviors. You know that you don't want to be thinking about another person's behavior anymore that you cannot control. You cannot control if they answer, but you can control what boundaries you set and what you communicate. So if it is very important to you that this person replies to you, or that this person, if they can't reply, maybe that they give you a little bit of a heads up. There's a lot of different things where you could set a boundary here. I think it's important that you also, because you value yourself, you already value yourself, you already know that this is a boundary that you want to have. But have you communicated it with them? Have you told them about this? That is also a thing that I think is important. Because how a person behaves can have so many different reasons. There's so many different reasons why they could have left you on red. And when we start catastrophizing, we always think, oh, this is probably gonna have to be something bad. It's gonna they hate me, or they don't wanna be with me, or we start going to these circles. But you're thinking through a lens, and you gotta start thinking in like, what is the actual reality of what I know? Do I know if this person doesn't want to be with me? Do I know if this person wants to be with me? Probably somewhere in between. It's not black or white. We don't want to do black or white thinking. So that is just the one thing that we can stop. That is like, when you start catastrophizing, just stop your train of thought and just be like, is this actually what is happening right now? What do I actually know of the situation? Right? Yeah. So, and then you have this new boundary that you can set. You can tell this person what is going on. And then you can actually see, okay, I have told them this. How are they behaving now? Mm-hmm. If they're still behaving the same way, maybe this person is not meant for you. Maybe this person, maybe this person does not align with your values. And then and then you can't impact that behavior. You can't impact their behavior. So you faced your fear. You faced your fear. You set a boundary, and then you can see how this person reacts.
Okay. Context sort of matters. It's usually like when I've been left on red for about a week, and then they come back, and then they put me on left for another like week or so. That's sort of where I get a little bit annoyed. I'm not talking like every single day when I'm left on red. It's mainly just like the conversation starts, and then it stops, and then it doesn't come back around, and it's just like a rinse and repeat process, and it's just sort of like, why are you even trying at that point? But
so my question here is, have you communicated that to this person?
No.
First of all, no. Okay.
I really should have.
Okay. So next step, communicate that, right? And then after you've communicated that, you can kind of see how this person is behaving. If this person is adapting, perfect. They align with your values. They know your worth. They are treating you the way you want to be treated. And they're respecting your boundaries. They respect you. In that term, they respect you. They respect your boundaries. So what if this person does not do that? What if this person does not change their behavior? Well, then this person does not align with me. They do not respect that boundary. And then it's not a question of how much this person likes you, then it's a question of how much are you letting this person walk over you? How much are you letting this person disrespect your boundaries? And how much you value yourself. Then it comes to your own worth, because you have to decide how much longer do I want to let this person treat me like that. Because, you can give this person a second chance. You can tell them again, depending on how important this is to you, obviously. But every single time you let them do this, you are actually hurting yourself. You're actually allowing them to hurt you, which is in turn gonna fuck up your self-worth, because you are allowing this behavior even though you have communicated it already. So you are also telling yourself, my boundaries aren't that important to me, which we don't want that. So I'm not a person to give many second chances. I always give like 1 or 2 chances to my friend, to people that are important to me. But you know, you don't want to go over that, because usually that's not this person has shown you how they're behaving, and that's really it. You can't do anything about that. It's really a question of self-worth at that point. But I'm hoping this was helpful.
Self-reflect now, like
stop self-reflecting. We've just done that. You're doing that enough.
I know.
No, it's just like another thing. I feel like, I don't know, I'm just gonna say it because I'm seeing it with you. The negative self-talk. I know it's there. Like, why are we doing that? Come on. So the thing is, it's really, you can really just decide, do you want to be your own worst enemy, or do you want to help yourself? Because life is already hard enough. Life is a bitch. I think you know that life is a bitch. So do you want to be your own cheerleader, or do you just want to be more of a bitch to you? Do you just want to make it even harder? And but I'm always trying. Like, I don't want to do negative self-talk, obviously, right? Obviously. So the thing you can actually stop this is by just interrupting your thoughts when you notice that you have a negative thought. You can just kind of go inward. What was that negative thought, right? So next time for example, you don't get replied to and you're like, I must have done something wrong. I am the problem. You immediately stop. What did I just say to myself? I'm the problem. That's not true. And you question this. You question your reality. You don't punish yourself, for your own thoughts. Don't punish your negative thoughts for being there. They're just trying to help. Your negative thoughts are there to protect you. They're not there, to make your life miserable, but they're there to protect you. You think if you over-catastrophize, if you overthink, that you can somehow predict what is going to happen, and then your brain can somehow keep you safe from these negative situations and these pain. But that's not actually how life works. And most of the time, like 80% of the time, 90% of the time, nothing bad will happen. And then you've just made yourself miserable for no reason. So so you just, when you notice these thoughts, you just stop yourself in your tracks. You're like, is that actually what is happening, or am I just catastrophizing? And if you want to go even further, which is even better, which is gonna feel weird, especially at first, your brain's not gonna understand what's happening. You see a negative thoughts coming, like, I'm the problem. Am I the problem? You know what? I'm not the problem. I'm awesome. And you just replace it with something positive. And you don't have to believe that thing. You don't have to believe that positive thing. But ideally, you would take the exact opposite of the negative thought that you just had, and you just replace it with like the most positive thought. So then you have completely already rewired your brain. If you do that for just if you just do that or start doing that for like a few times a day, or just like every time you get aware of it, you become more aware, and then you can replace more thoughts and you can question it more. And that's also a really important thing. We really don't want to be our enemy in that situation. If you don't do something right, or if you if you work on yourself, like every single negative thought that you have about like what you're doing and how it's not working, I just want you to question it. Like, why am I being mean to myself here? Could I just be nice to myself? Like, for example, you do this is a thing that overthinkers do a lot. They do that a lot. I see that a lot. Like when people start, oh, but I tried the technique that you told me about, and then when I didn't do it right, my brain started to punish me again. Oh, hell no. No, stop that. And I don't care how long it takes. I don't care how long you have to argue with your brain that you're actually awesome. You will argue for so long until the last thought that you have is I'm awesome. And not I am the problem in some sort of way. Because then you're back in the loop. You don't want to be in the loop. You want to be out of the loop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you always want to be out of the loop.
All right, Assassin, thank you so much for being here.
No, it's fine. Thank you for doing this. It's definitely interesting. I'll definitely try to employ a lot of the strategies that have been talked about here. It makes sense when you start hearing this. It's like, okay. Wait.
I don't know. There's some weird people out there. Sometimes, just don't overthink it. People are not going to get any less weirder. Actually, they're going to get worse. The older they are, somehow the worse they are. You would think the older they get, the more they should reflect and learn, but no. No, it's the other way around.
They just become more childish.
They become more stuck in their patterns and more convinced that they're somehow right and everyone else is the problem. I had situations where that happened to me where it's like, oh my god, this person was right, and I'm like, oh my god, I was, when I was 18, I really thought I knew everything. I thought I knew everything, and all these older people would be telling me, but you should do this, you should do something. No, that's not the right way, and I would do it my way. And then I grew up, and then I turned 20, and I was like, oh my god, my 18-year-old self was so stupid. And I turned 22, and I look back at my 20-year-old self, and I was like, oh my god, my 20-year-old self is so stupid. And it just went on and on,
Yeah. Oh my god. I'm currently 22, so it's... Yeah.
Oh, the switch from 22 to 25, for me, that was the craziest. So yeah, have fun. Your brain's gonna develop now, so...
Brilliant.
And my chair was supposed to come today. I've ordered an ergonomic chair for my scoliosis. It didn't come.
It didn't come.
It didn't.
Did you get it from Amazon?
Yes.
Yeah, that's probably why Amazon.
But I have Amazon Prime. Wait, I gotta cancel Amazon Prime. Oh my god, thank you for reminding me.